I walk in this smoke and keep it real. I'ma do it if nobody else gonna do it. See it if nobody else gonna see it. Every time I close my eyes, I convince myself every day like this shit not real. Like, how the fuck I been in the street for so long? How the pain run deep for so long? They just keep us in the street for so long. And I couldn't be myself for so long. So don't look at that smoke, guaranteed you gon' choke. Cause it's running, man, this shit ain't no joke. Like, we'll never lose hope cause we tapped in. Stuck in the wheel, and the system got us strapped in. Ain't fuck nothing, we gon' get it out the back end. And how the fuck I been in the street for so long? How the pain run deep for so long? I've been feeling like this for so long. I feel stop in the face, you ain't gotta reach. All you gotta do is listen to me pipe down. I'm about to teach, listen to Enoch. I'm about to preach, never this skin like the man that had a dream about them going to a man to a king. They having this feeling the best about to bring more EINs and LLCs for the family trees. And the picture a little more proud of me. Since I planted some seeds, I'm thinking for three. I got some many things up on my rabbit eagle, but they will mold you like plastic. DNA unlocked, producing a product for profit. Just being honest, J1 been honest. I like it coming, she so astonished. Hey, she nigga in the come out comments. You was some stress, nigga, basing some money. I'ma do it if nobody else gonna do it. See it if nobody else gonna see it. Every time I close my eyes, I convince myself every day like this shit not real. Like, how the fuck I been in the street for so long? How the pain run for so long? They done killed us in the street for so long. And I can even be myself for so long. So don't walk in that smoke, guaranteed you gon' choke. Cause it's random, man, this shit ain't no joke. But we'll never lose.
Top X Hebrews, purity and becoming one. Y'all know where we going today. Pulling back up on the book of Enoch today. Hit the like button on your way in the door. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. The Most High done put it in my spirit to really circle the block and double down on some of these things in the book of Enoch because it's important. Whether you understand it or not, whether you believe it or not, this is real. It doesn't matter if you like it. We don't care if the church doesn't accept it. The church ain't never been good for nothing. And I don't see why they would start now. The church ain't good for nothing except bringing harm to God's people. Shout out to all of y'all good Hebrews coming on this gym jam. Okay? Shout out to y'all. I'm about to, we always got to wait a couple of minutes until, you know, to see if YouTube are going to send out the notifications. Because they don't like to send out notifications. Read these comments. We got J.R. Meadows in the hizzy. J.R. Meadows says 100. Bring it, soldier. 100. Shout out to you, brother J.R. Meadows. Excuse me. Hope all is well with you, brother. Always good to see you. We got Nicole S. up in his house. What's going on, Sister Nicole S.? Always a pleasure to see you, fam. Nicole S. says, where did you get that book from? Well, Nicole S., this book was gotten off a line. I want to say it was eBay, if I'm not mistaken. But I've been looking other places for other books like this as well. You can find this book, Nicole S. You can find this on eBay. You can find it on Amazon. Maybe even another place or two you can find it. But definitely, you can find it on eBay. And you can find it on Amazon for sure. And this one that I got right here, this is the 2022 edition. The literal standard version. This is the complete 54 book apocrypha. But they got other kinds out there too. One of them out there They got like the complete 100 book. Like this is the complete 54 book Apocrypha. I saw something out there one time called the complete 100 book Apocrypha. So they got different kind of jumps out there, all kind of books out there with books that the church tell us not to read. Even many of our own people, even a lot of these Hebrew Israelites will tell you, don't read this, don't read that. How you gonna be a Hebrew Israelite and you telling me the same thing that the Pope told me? And the Pope hates God and hate God's people. But you, as a Hebrew Israelite, you're telling me the same thing that the Pope told me. Brother, the Most High is going to kill you for reading books that the church didn't authorize. I don't give a damn about what the church authorized. The church ain't never been good for nothing. And they ain't going to start now. All the books that the church tells you, don't read this, don't read that, those are the books you should be looking into. Of course, they're going to tell you, don't read this, don't read that. And many of our own people out there, you repeating the same rhetoric that the Catholic popes and priests told us. Don't read Enoch. Don't read Jubilees. Don't read Jasher. Don't read Maccabees, Ecclesiasticus, Baal and the Dragon, Prayer of the Three Holy Children. All this kind of stuff that they told us don't read. Who the hell you think you are to tell us what to read? You the devil that the Bible speaks of. And shout out to all the Hebrews that's coming up in here right now. Y'all hit the like button as you come through the door. Not because you like me, but because you like reality. You like the truth. And on this channel, we are going to deal with reality. Doesn't matter who likes it. Doesn't matter who agrees with it. We could care less about what the church canonizes. We are going to read this. Hey, and wouldn't it figure that all of these religions and stuff don't accept the book of Enoch, but the so-called Ethiopian Bible? Let that sink in. The so-called Ethiopian Bible, they still view and accept the book of Enoch as scripture. And you want to know why they do? Because the remnants of Ethiopian Jews. Remember, some of our people be scattered into all nations, y'all. That's where they get their term from, Ethiopian Jew. Okay? The people over there in Ethiopia who are Jews, they're not Ethiopian. They're Judites in Ethiopia. Many of our people have been in Ethiopia ever since the Old Testament days. That's where some of our people are still at right now, Ethiopian Jews. And ain't it so coincidental that the Ethiopian Jews are the only group, the only major sect out there that accepts the book of Enoch? I wonder why. Because we got a lot of our people, Hebrew Israelites, y'all, they grew up in Ethiopia. Many of them think that they're Ethiopian, but they're not. They're the same thing that you and I are. And that's why they call them Ethiopian Jews. You're not an Ethiopian. You're an Israelite who's been scattered into Ethiopia. You've been exiled to Ethiopia. All 12 tribes have been exiled at this point. Ain't none of us living in the land, and we ain't all together because we all been driven into exile. And now we get ready to do a little bit of reading. I'm not going to keep you too long. I'm not going to keep you too long. We're just going to do a little touch bases on the book of Enoch. So you can see that Enoch was a prophet. He was a seer and a scribe. How come they don't want you knowing this? Why is it so important for you and I not to read these things? And y'all, we got 5 people in here watching right now. We only got 2 likes. Hit the like button, Hebrew. It does not cost to hit the like button. And I will only have to assume that the reason why we only got 2 likes is because some of you niggas in here watching right now, you are the same niggas who saying, don't read this, don't read that. But yet, here you are over here in this live stream when you know we getting ready to read a book that you yourself preach adamantly against. And that's why you won't hit the like button. You think I don't know that? You think I don't know that? Look, like Joseph said in Genesis chapter 44 and 15, do you not know a man like me can find things out by divination? I don't need you to tell me nothing. You think I don't know? Why we can have 5 people in here watching and only 2 likes? Because we got people that come over here, they hate what we talking about, but they do want to ear hustle. They can't help themselves. And you know why? Some of them are so ashamed and so afraid that one of their elders, one of their pastors, one of their associates will see them in here. God forbid they make a comment in the live stream by accident, and then somebody that they know or look up to see them over here watching a video like this. When all of your elders and teachers and pastors and bishops, for the most part, 90% of them, probably 95% of them, gonna tell you, don't read this, don't read that. You're gonna go to hell for reading the book of Enoch. Like they got some kind of authority. Anybody trying to tell you where you can research and what you can look into, that's the church right there. Who's directly responsible for the Israelites not being able to read at the end of the day? Blame the church. Because they're the ones who did it. You're not allowed to read, you're not allowed to research. Just believe what we tell you. And when we tell you these books are not of God, just believe it. And that's what most of you niggas do out there. You weak. We don't do that on this channel. We go where no other Hebrew has gone before. And we're going to look wherever the hell we need to look to find the answers to the truth. We got LP in the house. LP says, Shalom, Shalom to you, LP. Good to see you, fam. So, like I was telling you guys, church is never going to read this stuff to you. Hardly anybody's going to read this kind of stuff to you. They're going to tell you that you shouldn't be reading this stuff. But right now, we getting ready to open up. Oh, shucky ducky quack quack. We got Melanin Monroe in the house. What's going on, Melanin Monroe? Good to see you, sis. Long time. Always good to see you. J.R. Meadows, Nicole SLP, and Melanin Monroe. It's good to see all of y'all. I hope you all are having a marvelous day and a wonderful day. And may the God of our fathers, the Most High God, the God of the children of Israel, may he smile upon every one of you, bless you and your households, and keep you safe in this wicked, demonic world. Enoch was a preacher of righteousness. He was a scribe of righteousness. He was a seer, a prophet. He had visions. Yet the Old Testament Bible barely mentions him, but it does mention him barely. Why? And why is that? Because the people who control planet Earth, they are the ones who get to decide what's acceptable and what's not. That's why many of you actually think it's a death sentence to read the book of Enoch. That's how scared they got you. And you ain't getting that from the laws of God, because there's no nonsense like that in there. In fact, in the Old Testament Bible, it tells you the Most High God says he is a God who hides himself and he hides information. Now, how is he going to hide information if the books is just right there where everybody can see it? That's not hiding. Letting you know that there are going to be sources and information out there. It's not going to be widely accepted by everybody. It's not going to be sitting out on the kitchen table, kitchen counter for everybody to see. You're going to have to do a little looking. And there will be people and spirits trying to stop you from looking into this stuff. That's why people are so afraid, because they know most religious people, oh, what you doing? You reading what? The book of Enoch? Oh, nah, brother. That's demonic, brother. The Most High's going to get you, Ak. Same thing the Christians say. You a Christian. Same thing the Catholics say. You are a Catholic. And understand this. Everything that they taught us is, for the most part, is all lies. You got things called oral traditions too. Some things before they were written down, long before they were written down, they were handed down orally. Now that being said, I want you to get a load of this. We're just going to take a look. And I told y'all I'm not going to keep y'all that long, but we just going to take a look at some of the things that Enoch knew about, some of the things that he talked about, some of the things that he wrote about. Like I said, Enoch was a preacher of righteousness, a scribe of righteousness, a prophet, a seer, a man of the Most High. And we're going to read a little bit about one of his visions and the heavenly ones, the holy ones. Turn with me to the book of Enoch, or some people call it First Enoch, and we're just going to read the whole entire chapter of 14. Listen good, Hebrew. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Listen up. The scroll of the words of righteousness. Do you hear that? Did you hear what I just said? And understand this, Hebrews. The book of Enoch it comes actually, if you want to do chronologically, these things are in here predates the Bible. Before a Bible got put together, there was a thing called the book of Enoch. Okay? Understand this. Before the Bible that you and I have, the one that the slave master said, here, I authorize you to have this. And that's what you always got to remember too. You got to think, do you actually think he's going to give you the whole truth and nothing but the truth? Of course, he added stuff in there that shouldn't be in the Bible, and he took stuff out that should have been in there. We know this. This ain't up for debate no more. The only kind of person who would debate that is somebody who's just completely, you have not been brought up to speed. Okay, and on this particular video, we ain't gonna do that right now. We already know that. Things have been added in and taken out. This is not a debate about that. We know that that's a fact. Jeremiah 8 and 8. We done brought it out several times. The lying pen of the scribe. I dare you to go pull up the amplified version of the Bible because it amplifies the message. Go to Jeremiah 8 and 8, where Jeremiah the prophet told you the lying pen of the scribes. Meaning these niggas got hold of our books and they added lies in. With a pen, you can write stuff in. And it's an eraser too. You can scrub stuff out, which they did. We know it. Jeremiah knew it way back in the Old Testament. So no, we don't give a damn if you don't like it. So what? Okay? Read the book of Enoch, chapter 14. Just the way that this thing opens up, y'all. Listen to it. The scroll of the words of righteousness. This was that book. Before the Bible even came out, the book of Enoch was that book. You talking about this is a scroll of righteousness right here I'm reading to you from. And y'all better start putting some respect on Enoch. The scroll of the words of righteousness and of the reprimand of the perpetual watchers in accordance with the command of the Holy Great One in that vision. I saw in my sleep what I will now say with the tongue of flesh and with the breath of my mouth, which the Great One has given to men to converse with and understand with the heart, as he has created and given to man the power of understanding, the word of wisdom. So he has also created me and given me the power of reprimanding the watchers. Enoch is saying that the Most High created him and he gave him power to reprimand and rebuke the fallen angels. The children of heaven, I wrote out your petition, and in my vision it appeared like this, that your petition will not be granted to you throughout all the days of the age. And see, right now, if you are a Christian or a Catholic or a Messianic Hebrew who drinks blood and eats bodies and listens to the teachings of the Romans on how to be a good vampire, a cannibal, and a gargoyle, you have no idea what I'm referring to right now, because you reject the books that the Pope told you to. So you don't know that the fallen watchers, the sons and children of heaven, once they knew that judgment was pronounced upon them, they became terrified, okay? And they tried to go to Enoch and ask Enoch, hey, Enoch, can you go holler at the Most High? Because he loves you. You're one of his peoples. Can you go to the Most High and see Can we repent? Is there any forgiveness for us? And Enoch is letting them know, nope, you will not be forgiven for what you've done. See, when you just read the regular Bible that the church told you to read, you will think that the only cause for the flood is just, niggas being wicked, Adam and Eve, or just sin. No, the world has been wronged. Humanity has been wronged by these watchers, the fallen ones. And that's why it's so important that they keep you and me out of these books so they can keep blaming everything on you. Just blame everything on Adam and Eve. Now look, was Adam and Eve at fault? Of course they were. But it wasn't all their fault. They got coerced. And it's much more deeper than what they would have you to believe. We read in the book of Enoch the other day, it said to Sim Jaza, ascribe all sin. That means every wicked act and every sinful thing on this earth that men have been committing, men, women, whoever, you can blame it all on Sim Yaza, who enticed mankind and defiled mankind. I'm telling y'all, the church is going to get utterly destroyed when Yahweh comes to this earth for hiding this stuff. He also created me and given me power of reprimanding the watchers, the children of heaven. I wrote out your petition, and in my vision it appeared like this, that your petition will not be granted to you throughout all the days of the age, and that judgment has been finally passed on you. Yes, your petition will not be granted to you. And from now on, you will not ascend into heaven for all ages. And in bonds of the earth, the decree has gone out to bind you for all the days of the world. And you will have seen the destruction of your beloved sons beforehand, and you will have no pleasure in them, but they will fall before you by the sword. The Most High was going to make these watchers see a lot of their children, the giants, get killed, which they did. And your petition on their behalf will not be granted, nor yet on your own, even though you weep and pray and speak all the words contained in the writing which I have written. And the vision was shown to me like this. Behold, in the vision, clouds invited me, and a mist summoned me. Do y'all see that? He says clouds invited him, and a mist summoned him. And you know what? Shout out to Melissa Yisrael, y'all. If y'all not subscribed to Melissa Yisrael channel, go over and subscribe to her channel. She drops a lot of deep gems over there. I told her, she services what I like to call a upscale spiritual clientele. That's right. Melissa Yisrael is serving a upscale spiritual clientele. Meaning, she's not teaching third or fourth grade over there. Certain things you're going to have to already know and understand if you're going to be able to grasp some of the things that Melissa Yisrael is banging out over there on her channel. Shout out to her for serving upscale spiritual clientele. Go over there and subscribe to her channel if you're not already. We got King David in here. King David says, Top X just made home with my high nutritional vegan, black-owned food. Joint about to dive right in. Hey, King David, that sounds absolutely splendid, brother. Hey, y'all, when I get off of this live stream, I'm about to go to Wizard. I think I might be short a couple of ingredients, but I don't care. I'm whipping up some egg fried rice. Even if it ain't nothing but the egg, the rice, and some onions, yada, yada, yada. Maybe some kind of veggie sandwich on the side. I'm going to get it in. I'm going to get it all the way in. Can you dig it? Shout out to King David. We got Tessa Yah in the building. And by the way, if y'all on here, anybody not subscribed to King David's channel, go on over there to Brother King David's channel and make sure you subscribe. King David is one of them ones. And we got Tessa Yah in the building. Tessa Yah says, peace and Baruchins family. Shout out to you, Tessa Yah. Peace and Baruchins to you. Y'all going over there and subscribe to Tessa Yah's channel if you're not already. Okay. And remind me, Nicole S. If you still in here, Nicole S. Remind me before you get off of here. I'm gonna rinse you up, fam. Because you need to have a wrench up in this joint. I'm gonna rinse you up. So if you still in here, Nicole S. I'm gonna hit you with a wrench. We got brother Stephen Walker into his house. Stephen Walker says, Shalom family and Mr. Real Talk. Peace to you, Peace to you, brother Stephen Walker. Always good to see you, fam. Hope all is well with you, brother. Nicole S says, okay, thanks. Thankful praying emoji. No problem, sis. I got you. I got you. Let me see where we at. Where are we at? Are y'all hearing this though? Enoch is going in on these fallen ones and letting them know he got the power and he been put in the seat to tell them what's going to happen to them. Okay, listen. And your petition on their behalf will not be granted, nor yet on your own. Also, Melanin Monroe, if you still in here, you too, sis. I'm going to hit you with a wrench if you still in here. Y'all remind me, don't let me get off of here without hitting y'all with them wrenches, because y'all need them. I wrote out, I'm sorry, and you will have seen the destruction of your beloved sons beforehand, and you will have no pleasure in them, but they will fall before you by the sword, and your petition on their behalf will not be granted, nor yet on your own, even though you weep and pray and speak all the words contained in the writing which I have written. And the vision was shown to me like this. Behold, in the vision, clouds invited me, and a mist summoned me. That's why I had paused that, where I told y'all, hey, go subscribe to Melissa Israel channel, because she's made videos for the upscale spiritual clientele, which many of us are. And I remember she made a video about the cloud, the dark cloud of Yah. Moses went into that cloud. He wasn't afraid. On the surface, it'll be a scary thing looking at something like that. But here it is. What did Enoch say? And in the vision, clouds invited me, and a mist summoned me. I want y'all to picture this when I'm reading to y'all now. It was that cloud of Yah that summoned him. Remember, the Most High is in the cloud, just like his bow is in the cloud. Y'all got to remember this, y'all. And the course of the stars and the lightnings sped towards me. And the winds in the vision, excuse me, and the winds in the vision caused me to fly and lifted me upward and bore me into heaven. Did you hear this? Here Enoch is having this dream, and the winds came and picked him up and made him start flying. This is what the scribe of righteousness has to say. This is what they're telling you. Don't read this, don't read that. Enoch was flying in his dream. The wind picked him up and made him fly up into heaven, y'all. You know, when you in a dream, you can do all kind of things. How many of y'all, you might not have flew into heaven, but how many of y'all, is there anybody out there who's ever had dreams, and in your dreams you was flying? I've had those dreams several times. It's been a good while since I had one like that, but I've had those dreams several times where I'm just pick up, take off, and start soaring through the air. I've had those dreams numerous times. It's been a while since I've had them, but I've had them numerous times. Tessa Yah says, I have. You see that? Do y'all see that? Listen good. And lifted me upward and bore me into heaven. And I went in until I drew near to a wall which is built of crystals and surrounded by tongues of fire. And it began to frighten me. King David says, me, I have a malak, and I know I'm dreaming, be doing wild things. Hey, King David, me and you both. King David, every time I had those dreams, when I was flying, I knew that I was dreaming. So I would take advantage of it and do all kind of stuff. Yes. Lynn Israel, nice to meet you, fam. I don't believe I've seen you in here before, Lynn Israel. I would like to officially welcome you to the channel. Let us know whether you are a brother or a sister, Lynn Israel. But regardless whether you're a brother or a sister, okay, we like to say shalom to you and welcome you to the family. Whether you are a physical Israelite or a Gentile trying to cleave, we would like to say welcome to you. Lynn Israel says, I've had them to the point it feels so real. Yes. Yes, Lynn Israel. Lynn Israel says, and shalom to each one of you. Shalom right back at you, fam. Tessayah says, at Lynn, they do feel real. Yes. My joints used to feel so real. And look, I knew that I was dreaming, but it still felt so real. It was crazy. And I would know that I was dreaming. Once I knew I was dreaming and I knew that I could fly, I was doing all kind of stuff. All kind of stuff. Can't make this up, y'all. And I'm about to keep reading, but I'm also inclined to think this. I'm not saying this is true, but I don't know. Could it be that when we are dreaming, I'm just saying maybe. Could it be that when we are dreaming, that we are not actually dreaming, but we are actually in a world? Obviously, it ain't the world that our physical bodies live in. But could it be that we are not dreaming at all? Could it be that we are in another world, another realm, and in that realm, we can do those kind of things? I'm just saying, could it be? I don't know. Lynn Israel says, I'm a sister, so-called black. Okay, the water for the warm welcome. No problem, sis. We're glad to have you here. Another so-called black. And we get it. The water to you. And you are more than welcome. Good to have you here. Welcome home to your family. Tessayah says, at Earth says, we are in a different realm when we dream. I definitely believe that. I definitely believe it's a whole nother world. I believe that there are endless worlds out there. We only begin to scratch the surface. That's what I think. Because when you go into that dream world, those dreams feel so real. And some of those dreams actually have physical impact. So I believe, I mean, maybe sometimes we might be dreaming, but maybe sometimes we are not dreaming. We're just in another realm and we're actually flying. We're not dreaming, we're really flying. Because in that realm, we can fly. Just something to think about, y'all. This world ain't nothing like what they told us it was. Okay, read up. And I went into the tongues of fire and drew near to a large house, which was built of crystals. And the walls of the house were like a tessellated floor made of crystals, and its groundwork was of crystal. Its ceiling was like the path of the stars and the lightnings, and between them there were fiery cherubim, and their heaven was as clear as water. A flaming fire surrounded the walls, and its portals blazed with fire. And I entered into that house, and it was hot as fire and cold as ice. There were no delights of life therein. Fear covered me, and trembling took hold of me. And as I quaked and trembled, I fell on my face. And I beheld a vision, and behold, there was a second house, greater than the former, and the entire portal stood open before me, and it was built of flames of fire. And in every respect, it so excelled in splendor and magnificence, and extent that I cannot describe to you its splendor and its extent. And its floor was on fire, and above it were lightnings and the path of the stars. And its ceiling was also flaming fire. And I looked and saw a lofty throne therein. Its appearance was as crystal, and the wheels thereof as the shining sun. Y'all, this sounds like he saw the wheels of the Most High. In the Old Testament, is there like Ezekiel where it talks about saw his throne being like wheels of fire, something like that? This sounds very familiar. And his floor was of fire, and above it were lightnings in the path of the stars. And his ceiling was also flaming fire. And I looked and saw a lofty throne therein. Its appearance was as crystal, and the wheels thereof as shining sun. So he got those bright fiery wheels. And there was the vision of cherubim, and from underneath the throne came streams of flaming fire, so that I could not look thereon. And the great glory sat thereon, and his raiment shone more brightly than the sun, and was whiter than any snow. He's seeing the throne of the Most High God. Do y'all see this? We have Enoch the scribe of righteousness, Enoch the seer, seeing the throne of the Most High God. They don't want you reading this. And the great glory sat thereon, and his raiment shone more brightly than the sun, and was whiter than any snow. None of the messengers could enter and behold his face by reason of the magnificence and glory, and no flesh could behold him. Do y'all see? This is how glorious that the Most High is, y'all. Not even the messengers can look directly at him. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? Tessa says that sounds like when Superman went home. The crystal room. I believe they are talking about us, the Israelites. Hey, Tessa, do you know I be saying this all the time to people? Like you said, when Superman went home to his house, that crystal room. And when he can take those little crystals, Tessa, y'all know if you seen Superman, stick the little crystals in that little thing, and then those little videos will start playing of the elders and the people from his planet, his mother and father. Even though they wasn't there, it was like they was there, talking to him, helping him, guiding him, giving him advice. Do y'all see this? They put this stuff right in the movies, y'all. I'm so glad Tessa y'all been saying that, which confirms to me that I'm correct in thinking that, because I've been saying that and I've been thinking that, and here Tessa y'all is confirming what I've been thinking. Hallelujah. They show us this stuff in the movies, y'all. And the great glory sat thereon, and his raiment shone more brightly than the sun, and was whiter than any snow. None of the messengers could enter and behold his face by reason of the magnificence and glory. Do you see that? That's how glorious the Most High is. Even the messengers that are right there, they can't look directly at him. And there is a spot where they cannot go in because of the magnificence and glory. And no flesh could behold him. The flaming fire was around him, and a great fire stood before him, and none around could draw near him. Myriads and myriads stood before him, yet he needed no counselor. And the most holy ones who were near to him did not leave by night nor depart from him. And until then, I have been prostrate on my face, trembling. And the Yahweh called me with his own mouth. Yikes. I'm telling you, one thing I can say for a fact, and this ain't no cap, I'm not making it up. I heard the voice of Yahweh myself, not in a book. Like I'm talking to you right now, I heard his voice. The most terrifying ordeal that I've ever had the pleasure of experiencing. I thought I was getting ready to die. I've never been as afraid as I was the night when I heard the Most High's voice, just like I'm talking to you now. He came to me in a dream. I thought it was time to die. And you know what? The more and more I think about that so-called dream, I'm inclined to believe that I really wasn't dreaming. I believe that I was somewhere in another realm. Obviously, I was in the spirit realm because I was asleep in bed, but my spirit was somewhere else in a real realm. That's why I was so terrified. I woke up yelling and screaming as loud as a human being can yell and scream. And terrified what was at that time my so-called girlfriend, who was laying right next to me when I woke up, yelling like a madman to the top of my lungs, who's being brutally killed. She looked at me like, Mr. Real Talk is getting ready to brutally kill me right now. I can tell by the way he's yelling and screaming. He's lost his damn mind. I don't know what he's thinking, but he's getting ready to snuff me out. I looked in her eyes. I could tell that's what she was thinking. I knew that's what she was thinking. I scared myself. When I woke up, I was like, yeah! But much, 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 much louder. Much, 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 much louder. Scared the hell out of myself. Awakening up, arising to that monstrous yell and scream that I let out, thinking that I'm getting ready to die just by hearing the Most High God. He didn't even threaten me. He didn't even say, I'm getting ready to BK you, boy. He just started talking, and his voice was so powerful, so huge and terrifying. I just thought I was getting ready to die. I didn't think my body could hold together. The physical composition of my body could keep together because his voice was like vibrating in such a terrorizing. Even though he wasn't yelling at me, his voice vibrated in such a vibration. I didn't think that my human body could stay assembled. Like I thought I was gonna explode or disintegrate. Like it, the most terrifying sound I've ever heard in my life. Okay. Read. And Yahweh called to me with his own mouth and said to me, come here, Enoch, and hear my word. And one of the holy ones came to me and waked me, and he made me rise up and approach the door. And I bowed my face downwards. Do you see this? And this said one of the holy ones, which is the angels, came and awakened me, which is letting you know he started off dreaming, but he ain't dreaming no more. Even though he's in a dream, this don't sound like no dream. He said the holy watcher said, come, and it awaked him up and brought him to the door. That's why I said I don't think sometimes we might be dreaming, but sometimes those dreams, we ain't dreaming. We are actually in another world, another realm, and these things are literally going on, not just in a dream. I'm telling you. Tessa Yah says, exactly. Tessa Yah says, hallelujah. That's an awesome confirmation because I thought this long ago. Yes, Tessa Yah, this is an awesome confirmation. What a time to be alive, y'all. King David says, I know that voice terrifying, so imagine being that close to. Yeah, man. Enoch was petrified. You know what? Of course, I wouldn't dare say something ridiculous and retarded to say I'm like Enoch, because I'm nothing like Enoch. But I did hear the Most High's voice, just like I'm talking to y'all, but way bigger, deeper, louder, and terrifying. It was an audible voice. Scared the hell out of me. I thought I was going to die. As soon as he started talking, I was like, what? Time to die. That's how terrified it was. You can literally hear my bones shaking and rattling like bones in a bag, y'all. I'm not lying, y'all. I ain't never been that afraid. And I've seen some pretty terrifying things before in my life. I've been involved in some pretty terrifying situations in real life. None of them, they all pale in comparison to me hearing the voice of the mighty one of Jacob. I ain't never been so afraid, y'all. Lynn Israel says, laughing emoji, man, them feelings be so real, ha ha. Yeah, they do. Tasha Yah says, Mr. Real, your description is so vivid. Hey, Tasha Yah, I can see it like it was yesterday. I've never been that afraid in my life. And when I jumped up out my sleep, I'm not going to yell as loud as I was that night. I don't even think I can do that if I tried. That's how loud I was yelling. I know neighbors and everything. I know people heard because it was in the middle of the night. When I let out that yell, imagine you yelling so loud and you struggling so hard, you wake your own self up and you're still yelling to the top of your lungs. That's going to scare the hell out of you. And then my so-called girlfriend at the time, she looked at me like, oh my God, this nigga's getting ready to kill me. He's lost his mind. Why else would he be yelling out so loudly like this? Something is wrong with him. Well, I ain't gonna have a chance to figure out what's wrong with him because he's getting ready to kill me right now. That's the look she had in her eyes. I'm telling y'all, I ain't never been that afraid, y'all. Never been so afraid. Just thinking about it terrifies me. King David says, laughing emoji. Imagine the pressure knowing you're going to get BK for idol worshiping. Oh my gosh. Hey, family, if you are following after another God, please stop. I'm telling you, you're going to be in for the time of your life when the Most High BKs you. It's going to be terrible. Tessayah says, at King David, I don't understand why they are committing idolatry because I'm scared of the Most High Yah. Me too. You know what it is? That's what it is, Tessayah. That's why they're committing idolatry, because they're not afraid of the Most High. You know why? Because in church, they don't teach you the fear of the Most High. They teach you, brothers and sisters, God is love, brother. Brother, no God would he wouldn't harm a hair on your pretty little head, brother. God loves you. He loves you so much till he became human and he sacrificed himself. He let you punch him in the jaw, spit on him, beat him up, put him to death because he loves you, brother. That's the foolishness that they teach niggas at church. So they're not going to have fear of the Most High. A God who's going to let people beat him up and spit on him and put him to death, you shouldn't be afraid you should not be afraid of a God that you can beat up. And most people are not, because most people on earth, their God is the kind of God you can punch him in the jaw. You can spit on him. You can even put him to death. So it's only a few of us out there who are afraid of the Most High. And once you realize what kind of God he is, how he gets down, you will be afraid if you know what's good for you. King David says 100 at Tessayah while telling you very loud, you got forever death and suffering, and you hear a loud shut like a prison door. No telling how he gonna torment you in the spirit realm. It's gonna be ugly. Tessayah says, you are right, Mr. Real. They did teach us that bullshit. Yes, they did. Love, brother. The Most High God wouldn't harm you. Why, he loves you so much, he's going to become one of you, and he's going to let you sock him in the jaw. And he's not going to fight back. Even though he's the creator, he's not going to fight back because he loves you so much. He's going to let you kill him because he loves you that much. He's going to allow you to bruise his body and murder him in cold blood out of love, brother. It's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. Once you understand the truth, that's the dumbest shit we ever heard. Tessayah says, the God we serve, BK's people. Yes, he does. And if you don't know what BK means, that means you're going to be brutally killed, viciously, maliciously, suddenly, heinously ripped to smithereens by the one and only true God of Israel, who ain't got no problem with turning out your lights for good. See, you in warning season right now. Only the Most High knows how much longer he's going to continue to extend mercy. I don't know. None of us know. But one thing we do know, when he decides to show no more mercy, we all going to see it. And we all going to know it. One more chapter. Okay, we'll read one more chapter. Lynn Israel says, exactly. Yah said he made men of war, yet our oppressors want you in subjugation, therefore making you docile. Say it again, Lynn Israel. And by the way, Sister Lynn Israel, welcome again to the channel, fam. How long have you been on the channel? Is this your first day finding this channel? And subscribe to the channel if you're not already. King David says, like turning the corner to meet 20 pit bulls that's bloodthirsty, just suddenly walking into death. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine walking down the street, you bend the corner, and then you just, like King David says, he go 20 pit bulls and they're bloodthirsty. As soon as you bend the corner, that's what you see walking towards you. What the hell? And that's small potatoes compared to how you need to fear the Most High. You think 20 pit bulls gonna scare you, which they will. Can you imagine how scared you would be if you was walking down the street? You walk to the little corner store and you come out, bend the corner. As soon as you bend the corner, you see 20 pit bulls and it ain't no leash. You know what time it is. I would be shocked if you could survive that encounter. I'd be shocked. In a situation like that, you know what? You either going to call on the Most High God, maybe he'll just do something miraculous to save you, or maybe he'll give you the ability to save yourself with some righteous divination. I bet you this, everybody out there who's against righteous divination, I bet you if you bit the corner and saw 20 bloodthirsty pit bulls off the leash, I bet you would wish you knew how to do righteous divination then. I bet you wish that you knew how to do it, or somebody was with you who you said previously was wicked. I bet you wish that they was with you at that point to do some righteous divination to save your tail. Tell me I'm lying. I'm going to read this one last chapter. It ain't big at all. Chapter 15, and then I'm going to let y'all go. And Melanie Monroe and Nicole S. I'm going to hit y'all with these wrenches after this, if y'all still here. Melanie Monroe, Nicole S. Let me know if y'all still in here when I finish this, and I'm definitely come bring y'all up. Chapter 15 says, and he answered and said to me, and look, this is what the Most High God is saying to Enoch, all right? Because he told him, hey, Enoch, come here. King David says, think about they run up on us because Yah is not in us. When Yah in us, even a lion won't buck up. But people think that spiritual power of Yah is fake. It's real only if he hand selects you. Ooh. Hey, King David. Hey, King David. That's a heavy one right there, King David. King David, that is a heavy one right there. King David said, if the Most High is in you and with you, even a lion won't buck up. And you know what? Prime example, Uncle Daniel in the lion's den. Those lions, if that would have been anybody else in there, those lions would have ripped him to smithereens. But because the Most High God was with Daniel and in Daniel, those lions couldn't buck up. That's that invisible world stuff right there. That spirit realm activity right there. Yeah. Nicole S says here. Tessayah says, laughing emoji, Mr. Real, they will be begging to fly then. Yes, they will. Yes, they will, Tessayah. Read, here we go. And he answered, and this is the Most High God answering Enoch, because remember, the Most High God told Enoch when the angels had him up here in the spirit realm, the Most High said, hey, you, Enoch, come here. Remember, he said in one of the, what did it say? In the chapter before, it said, and until then, I have been prostrate on my face, trembling, and Yahweh called me with his own mouth and said to me, come here, Enoch, and hear my word. And one of the holy ones came to me and waked me, and he made me rise up and approach the door. And I bowed my face downwards, because he's in the presence of the Most High God. He's in the spirit realm, y'all. And I'm inclined to think that this is not even really a dream no more. This is going on in reality, just in another realm, in another world. The spirit realm is so real. The spirit realm is so real. There's all kind of worlds out there that are invisible to you and me. Most of the stuff that actually exists is in the invisible world. The human eye can't see these things. It's at a different frequency and vibration. It's invisible. Just like a dog whistle that only dogs can hear. It's non-audible to human beings. Just like some things are invisible to human beings. You see what I'm saying? I know y'all hear what I'm saying. And he answered and said to me, and this is the Most High God. Imagine the Most High God told you, hey you brother, hey you sister, come here. Imagine that. And you coming in and you put your head down because you know, look, I'm not looking at you. I'm coming in here, but I'm terrified. I'm not going to look at you. That's what he was doing, y'all. King David says, laughing emoji at Tessayah, doing all kind of hand symbols. have you thinking they're doing Freemasonry code talk, hoping that we'll access flying abilities. Yeah, they will. Whole time they're saying we wicked for even considering righteous divination, when we already done proved that it's a thing. Crazy. And he answered and said to me, and I heard his voice, do not fear, Enoch, you righteous man and scribe of righteousness. Didn't I tell y'all Enoch was a scribe and he was a scribe of righteousness? Enoch, you righteous man and scribe of righteousness, approach here and hear my voice, and go, say to the watchers of the heavens who have sent you to intercede for them, you should intercede for men and not men for you. So the Most High is telling Enoch to go tell those fallen angels who asked Enoch to go to the Most High on their behalf. The Most High is telling Enoch to tell those fallen watchers, hey, men shouldn't be coming to me on your behalf. You should be coming to me on the behalf of men. You see that? Those fallen watchers were out of order. You should intercede for men and not men for you. Why have you left the high, holy, and perpetual heaven and lain with women and defiled yourselves with the daughters of men and taken wives to yourselves and done like the children of earth and begat giants as your sons? This is why they don't want this in your regular Bible, because it's straight to the point. And though you were holy and spiritual, living the continuous life, meaning they were supposed to be immortal, you have defiled yourselves with the blood of women and have begotten children with the blood of flesh. And as the children of men have lusted after flesh and blood, as those who die and perish also do. Therefore, I have also given them wives that they might impregnate them and begat children by them, that nothing might be wanting to them on earth. But you were formerly spiritual, living the continuous life, and immortal for all generations of the world. And therefore I have not appointed wives for you. For as the spiritual ones of the heavens, their dwelling is in the heavens. And now the giants who are produced from the spirits and flesh will be called evil spirits on the earth. Y'all see this? Do you see this, family? And their dwelling will be on the earth. Evil spirits have proceeded from their bodies, because they were born from men, and their beginning and primal origin is from the holy watchers. They will be evil spirits on earth, and they will be called evil spirits. Do you see this? Those giants, when they died, because they're not totally spirit beings, they're not totally human beings. When those giants died, their spirits were not allowed to go back up to the heavens. So all those giants from these illegal sexcapades between the fallen watchers and women, all those giants that died off, the spirit that was inside of them was an evil spirit, and that spirit had to stay on the earth. And guess where they are? Roaming the earth, jumping in and out of people, molesting people, incubus in people, succubus in people, all manner of evil. They're still right here. You call them evil spirits. The disembodied spirits of the giants. As for the spirits of heaven, their dwelling will be in heaven. But as for the spirits of the earth, which were born on the earth, the giants were born on earth. So their spirits got to stay here. Just like it's Yah. Do you remember Superman? When Superman wanted to get with Lois Lane, and before he had to give up his superpowers, remember what his mother told him? If you want to be with one of them, you will have to become one of them. That means you're going to have to be able to die. That's why all those spirits, at the end of the day of ultimate judgment, those spirits are going to get put to death. They got to die like men. Since you wanted to have sex with the daughters of men, you want to be with one of them, you have to be as one of them. You remember that, Tessayah and Superman? Superman's mother told him that when he was in that ice crystal, when he was debating, he wanted to be with Lois Lane, who was a human. But Superman was not human. And he was in that crystal cave, and his mother said, my son, are you sure this is what you want? If you want to live with one of them, you must become as them. And he had to go into that little chamber and become a human being, remember? That's when Superman got beat up for the first time. You remember that, Tessa? Y'all, I know you do. As for the spirits of heaven, their dwelling will be in heaven. But as for the spirits of the earth, which were born on the earth, their dwelling will be on the earth. And the spirits of the giants afflict, oppress, destroy, attack, do battle, and work destruction on the earth, and cause trouble. They take no food, but nevertheless hunger and thirst, and cause offenses. And these spirits will rise up against the children of men and against the women, because they have proceeded from them. Do you hear this? It said these spirits don't eat, they don't eat, and they don't drink. You know why? Because they ain't got no body no more. When the giants were still alive and roaming the earth, they had bodies. They had to eat. When they ran out of food, they started eating people. It's in the book of Enoch. They started chowing down on people when they ran out of food, okay? And now we just read those spirits doing all kind of wicked things. And even though they can't eat no more because they ain't got no body, but they still hunger and desire to eat, and they thirst for wickedness. They cause all kind of trouble and chaos and violence among men. They oppress men. They come into your bedroom at night and do freaky things. Yeah, they do. Because we got to remember, these spirits originated from freaky lusts, sexual lusts, from fallen watchers, even though many of y'all say, that stuff ain't true. The hell it ain't. And apparently, according to the book of Enoch, fallen watchers have huge penises. And it may sound like we trying to be funny. We ain't trying to be funny, not trying to be vulgar. Enoch said he saw fallen watchers cast themselves to the earth, take on the form of a bull in the pasture, and then pull out a penis the size of a horse's penis. Why would Enoch feel the need to let you know how big their penises were? Because clearly they had very huge penises. These things were freaks, very nasty, lusty. That's why they come in your room at night and make men have wet dreams. That's why they come into women's rooms at night and do incubus activity. I've heard all kinds of stories about women even testifying that there was an invisible penis being put in their mouth. Then you make that make sense. Okay, we ain't making this up. I told y'all the other day I was on here and I mentioned the show Ancient Aliens. These ancient people carved hieroglyphs in the caves, and they said sky people with huge penises came down from the sky, and they drew this on the caves. They drew stick figures of some alien-like being with a penis the size of a damn car. And they showed him walking up to like what you would call a bull or a cow. This was like 2 years ago. When I saw that, I was like, what the hell? And then when I read in the book of Enoch, Enoch saw in his dreams fallen angels come down, turn themselves into cows, and then pull out penises the size of a horse's rod. And then they started basically graping the animals. The animals were terrified. I can't make this up, y'all. This is real. You can think this is a joke if you want to. This is the real world that we live in. None of that fake shit. This is all real. And let me come on here right now. I'm gonna read the rest of y'all comments. Let me get on here so I can hit Nicole S and Melanie Monroe if she's still here. Hit them with the Rincharuski. And I know a lot of people have a hard time accepting these things. Hey family, if you in here right now and you have not hit the like button already, hit that like button, family. Not because you like me, because you like reality. We deal with hardcore reality over here. Okay, Nicole S, you are officially rinsed up. Nicole S, you officially rinsed up, fam. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can see Melanie Monroe. I don't even see her name in here anymore. Okay, yeah, I do. Melanie Monroe. I don't know if you're still in here or not, but you just got rinsed up too if you still in here. If you ain't in here right now, next time when you come back, you will be rinsed up. Can you dig it? Let me see. Anybody else in here? LP, LP, I'm rinsing you up, LP. You rinsed up, LP. Trying to see if there's anybody else in here who I need to get since I'm in here. Let me see. Looking for him right now. I saw. Okay, I think we might be good right now. I'm about to read the rest of y'all comments though. I'm about to read the rest of y'all comments and then I'm about to let y'all get up out of here. I hope that somebody out there somewhere was edified by this live stream. Let me read these comments and then we gonna stab out. Tessa y'all says, laughing emoji, Mr. Real, they will be begging to fly then. King David says, laughing emoji at Tessa y'all, doing all kind of hand symbols. Okay, we read that. Lisa Israel says, I was browsing for my Yah only family. As we know, we are very few in number. Yes, we are. And came across your channel a few weeks ago. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. This is my first time catching you all live. 1 year down and 1 year down of being Yah only. Okay, Lynn Israel, give you a round of applause. Applause for that, Lynn Israel. I know that has not been easy. I know that it was not easy for you to transition from being a follower of Yeshua or whatever, JC, Christ, whatever niggas want to call him, to switching over to being Yah only. Only the Most High God can make that transformation happen to somebody. Lynn Israel, we're very happy that you're here. Very happy that you were able to catch us all live. All praises. Tessa Yah says, and Lynn, so happy to know you are here. Yes. Tessa Yah says, Mr. Real, these spirits are who people are worshiping. Yes. Yes, they are, Tessa Yah. Then Israel says, Romans still to this day, 100. Yeah. Yes, they are. Tessa Yah says, wow, they put it in our faces. Yes, they do. All these movies, they've been telling us. Then Israel says, at Tessa Yah, the water, Yah willing, I'll catch many more lives. That's right. That's right. Tessa Yah says, this is very serious what Mr. Real is talking about. That's why they hid these books. Yes. And that's why they're going to demonize all of us for reading these books, for considering these books. They're going to call you and I the devil the Bible speaks of. Meanwhile, they go to church every week and they drink blood and they eat bodies and they do sorcery and witchcraft. But they're saying that we're the evil ones. Make it make sense. J.R. Meadow says, that's sick. Yes, it is, brother. Then Israel says, this has been confirmation. I remember building with a brother and he was rejecting Enoch. I lined it up with a few things in Genesis, Daniel, Ezekiel, so on and so forth, and they weren't hearing it. Yes, Lynn Israel, a lot of our people, church has scared our people so much, they don't have the ability to learn without somebody outside of the Most High and the spirits teaching them. So they can't receive this kind of stuff. Lynn Israel says, Enoch indeed fills in many gaps and brings some sense and clarity to what many are oblivious to and unable to accept. Yes. Yes. Lynn Israel, say it again, sis. Tessa Yah says, and Lynn, they are not listening to Abba Yah because they are worshiping men. Yes. Nicole S says, yes, thank you. No problem, sis. No problem. Got you rinsed up and you ready to go. I see we still got Sister Melanie Monroe. And Melanie Monroe, I love that name. Melanie Monroe. That's an unforgettable name. We cannot forget you. Melanie Monroe says, hey, I'm still in here. Thanks. No problem, sis. Always good to see you, Melanie Monroe, and Nicole S. as well. We got the brother Joshua the Levite in the house. Joshua the Levite says, Mr. Real Talk, Todd X. Todd X to you, brother Joshua the Levite, and Todd X to every one of you out there. Tessa Yah says, Adlin Abayah sent you a family. Yes, he did. And we are so happy to have you here, Lisa Israel. LP says, right on, bro. I just happened to catch the live today, but I never get the notifications. You see, YouTube is hiding my channel. They've been doing this for years, y'all. Hiding my channel, hiding videos, shadow banning the channel, shadow banning videos. That's why whenever I do have anybody that actually catches a live stream, no matter who it is, I'd be surprised because I know that YouTube is not sending out these notifications. So whenever somebody is actually able to catch us in here live, I'm so happy and thankful that we can worship and congregate together. Tessa Yah says, Mr. Real, exactly. We are teaching laws, statutes, and commandments, but they are teaching blood and body eating. They are violating all kinds of laws. Yes, they are. And one day, it's going to be too late. And only the Most High God knows what kind of cake he got baked for everybody who continues to reject serving him and him alone. It's going to be ugly, brutal, and gruesome. Okay? And I want to thank every last brother, every last sister. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming over here, spending time. Shout out to Tessa Yah. Shout out to LP. Shout out to Joshua the Levite, Lynn Israel, Melanin Monroe, Nicole S., J.R. Meadows, King David. Okay? And that's all that have made comments on here, but we got other people in here too. We got Stephen. Shout out to Stephen Walker. Brother Stephen Walker holding it down. Shout out to Melanin Monroe. I love all of y'all. May the Most High lead you, guide you, smile upon you and your household. May he keep evil away from you. And may the Most High God destroy all of our enemies. And may he raise us up in purity. And may he overwhelm us and flood us with blessings and kindness and favor from his throne, from his power, from his love, from his mercy. King David says, also, I wanted to mention what you eat play a part of your dreams. When I sweets and heavy sugary, like nothing nutritious all day, I have serious nightmares because I'm on a low vibration. King David, that's a good heavy one right there. Good heavy one right there, King David. Shout out to King David, y'all. King David is one of those ones. If you're not subscribed to his channel, go on over and check him out. You won't be disappointed. Okay? And everybody that's on this channel, in case you're somebody on this channel, maybe this is your first time here, you didn't make any comments, you're just watching, it's all good. Welcome to you too. And just know this, everybody in here with a wrench by their name, they have some knowledge that a lot of people just don't have. Every last one of the people in here, you see a wrench by their name, some way, somehow, they will be able to help you, to nudge you, to, impart information to you, knowledge, wisdom about various different things. So if you over here on this channel, you got something you wondering about, something on your mind, you got questions, feel free to put your questions in this live chat, because there are men and women in here who are more than capable of answering your questions. And if they can't answer it, they'll definitely steer you in the right direction to get you started. Okay? Todd X, Hebrews, purity and becoming one. I hope somebody was edified by this live stream. Until next time, Hebrews, much love. I'm out.